Yo there, everyone, and I'm back. A little bit early today. Hi, Supergirl. How's Italy today? If memory serves me right, I'm pretty sure you said you were from Italy yesterday. How are you doing? Nice to see you first up. I'm a little bit off. Just move. Yeah, how about that? That's a little bit scented. And let's get my chats back up. Good, that's good to hear. What time is it over there? It'll probably be around about, well, sometime in the evening, right? Let's dump those. And let's pull over here. I'm guessing it's the evening. I don't know what. I've never really had anyone from your country kind of go into my stream before on a or more than one one time, so I'm not really familiar with your time zone. All right, and we'll check. What should we do now? Hmm. Let's tick off Scrooge's a little bit earlier. I've got a few things I want to do today. All right. Well, this doesn't look too promising. I'm pretty sure I got that. When you come to Cape probably never. Well, not for a very, very long time. Oh, thanks, Yost 2023. There's a new person. They hadn't seen anything, so thank you for the follow. Feel free to speak up if you want, but I don't know when I'm going to come to your city. Can't say it's Let's just say it'll be very expensive to fly there from New Zealand. So unless I somehow acquire a lot of money very quickly, I don't see it happening anytime soon. And I'll need double that because probably should bring my girlfriend with me as well. She'll be rather pissed. She's British, so she would be rather angry if I left her behind. Oh, it was a nice surprise that I got a follow right off the bat. Hardly ever happens. Alright, doesn't look like we've got any new stuff from Scrooge's today, which is a bit disappointing, but oh well. Rip that band-aid off early. And now we're going to be doing the daily cleanup of the valley. So if anyone's got any interesting things to talk about, now's the time. Because this is going to be a boring little grind. The annoying thing about these things is, oh, that's a chest. Yeah. It's really hard to tell where they all spawn. Luckily, my beach area is pretty empty, so it's quite easy to find. Just the other places where it's a little bit decked out, and that's the hard ones. There you go, Betty. Oh, I've got a lot of stuff in my inventory. That's not a good start. Cool. Got some Dreamlight early. Might do a chest today. I think I'm feeling the chest today. Let's try and tick another one off the list. Oh. Move. There you go. I have to always go over the fence. Rather annoying. Oh, there you go. A bit easier. So we're starting to get a little bit decked out in resources for the update. I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. Alright, we've done some flowers away. Cool. Should free up some space. I really hope that the collecting all these flowers are going to pay off. I've got a sneaky feeling they will. It's going to be some reason why we need a lot of flowers. I want to be ready for it. Inventory 4, are you kidding me? Lie, Dave. I can probably sell that, but... How is everybody today? Alright. Now, what else do we have to do? I think we just have to clean up this island over there, then we're done with the beach. Now, what we're going to quickly do is dump a couple of things. So we're kind of stocked up. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like being stopped. Yeah, stupid game telling me what I can or can't do. Let's dump some of these. Play. I think that's all the important stuff, right? Gold. Got some gold bars we can get rid of. There we go. And there we go. God, clean up the valley has got to be like one of the worst. It feels like a chore sometimes. It really does. I get that we have to do it and stuff. It's just... It's very tedious after a while. But I want to do it because I get resources and get flowers and... I mean, I am progressing towards something every time I do it. It's just... Sometimes you just want Donald to do it for you. You really should. I mean, let's be honest, what are these villagers really up to anyway? They're just wandering around staring at clocks. I mean, what interesting can a clock be? I'll pick it up. So you can pick up that one. There you go. Billy. There's Donald there. See, he's just hanging out with the squirrels and he's throwing a tantrum now. Yawn, it's past your bedtime. You go to sleep, you buddy. You silly man. And he falls over right in the exact same spot. Nah, he's hilarious though. I love him. He's the best character in the village, I tell you. Alright, there we go. Alright. Well, let's find the 2 squirrels around here to feed them. I think that's one of them. And we'll find the other squirrel. Ah, yeah, memory. Alright, fingers crossed. Yes! That's brilliant. Now that means today's going to be a good day. I knew starting my stream early would pay off. Alright, so next step is to find the other squirrel.
Hey, you know what? You're my favorite deputy.
I'm your only deputy, buddy. I don't see anyone else running around fixing all your problems. No, you don't even fix your own problems. What's the other squirrel that I'm looking for? So we've got to feed the black one. The grey one. Alright. Is that the grey one? Yeah, it looks like that looks like the grey one. Ooh, where did that go? Oh, that's over here. Yes. I think dream shots are going to be important as well. I need to start harvesting them again. Or more storing them. God damn it. Oh. I got a lot of fish. Pull this out. I'll sort my life out a little bit. There you go. Yeah, Supergirl, I don't know why you so want me to go to Caspero. I get that's where you live, but it's starting to seem like you're going to kidnap me. It's just making me a bit nervous. Alright, pop it a bit. Alright, so let's clean up this side. I'm going to dump some fish. Looks like a little bit too much. I don't need to dump everything, just enough to clear up some storage room. I think that my biggest achievement will be just decking this whole thing out. It'd be amazing. That is a goal. Where's the... Which one am I trying to find? That one. Alright. Well, that chopped that down a little bit. So, now it's time to clean it. Now, actually, we'll grab Woody, because we're going to do some farming later. And let's start collecting. Ooh. Some very worthwhile clay. pick it up. There you go. Alright, we'll clean out the sanctuary now. Oh, no, go around here. Oh, have I... Oh, yeah. Oh. I can't. I have to go around. Ah. You're trapped in there, buddy, aren't you? It's one of the downfalls of me doing that way. Alright. We'll feed flour. There you go. Come on, pick it up. There you go. Some more mushrooms. Very inconsistent where these mushrooms always spawn. Initially I thought they were just going to be in the glade, but they're just bloody everywhere. Really wish they'll stick to the glade. Oh. Oh, there's a chest over there. That'd be worth getting. Alright. Well, the sanctuary is all cleaned up. Hey, Heckless! Hey, I'm going alright. How about yourself? How's life over in your side of the fence? Or water? Or whatever things are in the way between me and you? Ooh. The problem with the Moana section is that sometimes I lose track of what's actually a respawn and what's actually furniture. Like that, especially the flowers. Oh, and that thing here. Pretty good. Been playing TF. Oh, the fuck. I thought you said Team Fortress. And I was like, you're playing a lot of Team Fortress now. The F out of Dreamlight Valley. Yeah, it gets that you get into that zone, and I think I'm heading back into that zone recently, and that's why I actually started streaming early. Because you just get that kind of, I don't know. I think I'm heading into an upswing with my grinding, and like I'm starting to hit a few benchmarks with my resources. I'm like, all right, I can push this a bit harder. I can push it a bit harder. And I'm a bit of an upswing with it at the moment, so yeah. And they got the Twitch drops coming on the weekend as well, which I really want to get. Looking at my collections, that would explain 2 of the items that I'm missing here. So I should be at 866, hopefully by the end of the weekend. And then another 2 furniture sets, so I'm looking forward to adding that. Bit disappointed about it, and I'll go over more of it on my news segment, but I kind of don't like what they're doing with it. I get why they're doing it, and it's clever and it's smart, but it is really playing the game, and I don't know how comfortable I am about it. Honestly, I didn't expect them to go hard on the items. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing it, because the only Twitch drop they did initially was on update day, and that kind of sucked because I was doing like a 12-hour stream, so I couldn't go to them. So I do like the fact that they're doing it outside of an update. That's really cool. But they're kind of only doing it to boost metrics, which I don't know how comfortable I am about that. Because a good way of knowing the health of a game is surprisingly Twitch. As many people are playing and everything like that. And I do think they need to do quite a lot of work in terms of the bugs and everything like that. So I get it. And I think I'm okay with it this time them doing it because it is a bit of a lull period for the game and they're kind of just trying to, and they obviously planned it because the items are already there. But it really does feel a little bit kind of bit sneaky just to boost numbers. 90% of the streamers I selected for it though are Sims 4 streamers, which is yeah, I noticed that and I'm like looking at some of the follower counts on them as well, they do range. I saw a 9,000 one and also a 100,000 one. So they obviously picked some named people and popular people, but I didn't notice anyone that I followed. The only one I noticed was Shibi. She has a YouTube channel called Shibi's Valley. That's the only one. I've noticed that probably Senpai wasn't there. I'm surprised Emily Dream wasn't there. She's like number 22 of the most watched Dreamlight Valley streamer. I mean, my personal goal is to get on that list one day. It's never going to happen with my viewer count at the moment and really just where I'm at in terms of my streaming. But that is a little bit of a whiteboard marker kind of goal. That would be cool one day. But I'm a bit disappointed that they haven't really picked Dreamlight Valley streamers. So, and time zones are going to suck for me. So I'm going to have to wake up like in the middle of the night to do it, which sucks. Which I'm not looking forward to. But I'm a collector at the end of the day. But it's going to be exciting. I'm excited for it. And it's good to do those little things in between drops. Oh, sorry, updates. To get something, in the valley, but because they're doing it over 2 days, this is the sneaky part. So last time they did it, they did all 4 you could get in essentially one session. But now they've time gated it, so you only get 2 on the first day, and then 2 on the second day, and it's really to boost their numbers across the entire weekend instead of just one day. Which is a bit sneaky, but I get why, but it may not give them a realistic idea of the health of the game, though. But I hope it does. I hope it does really boost the numbers and keeps it going. But I think what will really boost the game is if they actually announce what's coming up. I think that's what gets people playing. Like, if they know what updates are coming or, what they need for the next update or anything like that, it's going to encourage people to play more. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I accidentally closed that. If they would implement multiplayer, they wouldn't need to do cheap shit. Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking that maybe this is just, they obviously planned it. Because there hasn't been a download, there hasn't been any update to the game to add the items here. In the clothing sets or furniture sets. So they obviously had plans for this to happen anyway, so I've got a feeling this was like something they said, alright, the distance between the updates is this and this. We're going to do a Twitch drop when we launch the update, and then we're going to do another one halfway through. And I do think the way they've changed the way the Twitch drops are done, I think this is actually their experimentation with seeing how they work and seeing what actually does work. So I think this is their kind of testing the waters, just trying to get it right. So when they do it in the future, they can kind of really figure out a really good method for it. And the thinking behind that as well is because they are very similar items. If you look at the items that was dropped last time and these time, pretty much they're just one of the same coin. So I think they actually plan this to test it. So I'm okay with them doing it. If they keep on doing it, though, that's when I'm just going to go, alright, it's a cheap ploy, and I don't like to be played like this. But I'm going to do a deep dive for my new segment this week on that. Have a really good discussion about it. Alright, we'll harvest these pumpkins and get our money up. Come on, Goofy. God damn it. Goofy's really bugging out on me recently.
Hey there.
Oh, no, I want to buy. But all these Twitch drops and stuff are going to become buyable in store when it goes free to play. I do hope they do expand the store. I hope, this is my hope, and I think, I can't remember if I said this to you in the stream before, but I hope they implement an in-game store. And by in-game, I don't mean like here, I mean like Scrooge's store, where they have these items on display so you can actually see them. I think that's going to be really beneficial if you can actually see them, because when you look at these, you're like, how do they really look in person? And these ones as well, when you've got 6 options, you don't really see them all of what you're going to get. So it'd be cool to have an in-game, and it could be Scrooge's competitor. I can't remember what's his name. It's his like arch enemy. Oh, hello, Threeser. How you going? Yeah, like a showcase. So I hope they do it like a Scrooge's store. What's the character's name? I'm gonna find it. What? Give me a sec. So what? Yeah. So my thinking is they should introduce a premium store shop like Scrooge's, but use this character as the one running it, and it's one of Scrooge's competitors. Where is his arch nemesis? Nemesis. I'm gonna find it because when I landed on it, I was like, yeah, that would be perfect. I think it'll be here. Where is it? Where is it? I need to find it now. I'm obsessed with money. Alright. I'm gonna find this in me. Oh, I found his picture. Oh, there, Flintheart Gloomgold is his name. I think it's that one. Oh God! Ah, you stupid! I need a new mouse. It's just acting so stupid. Here it is. All right, I'm gonna switch over. Oh yeah. Flintheart Google. Yeah, you did notice. Sorry, I had chat down while I was trying to say it. I was pretty disappointed with this round of items. That yeah, so was I. So was I. Hey, Yoist. It'd be nice if they added some items from the Atlantis movie. Well, I mean, they're hinting at it in the with some of the rocks and stuff, and I've got a feeling it's coming. But I think it's going to be one of those ones that parked. I'll quickly switch over to here. There we go. So yeah, I hope they get this guy to run the store, like this incarnation from it, like that one, to run the premium store, so it's like a competitor. And then inside the store, there's one extra premium item that you can get that's not in that shop tab. So it's not in the shop tab. And that would be really cool. I would really like that. So it gives you a bit of incentive to go to the store, but also you can go to the store to actually check out the items that you can actually purchase. And that would be really cool. And it also just adds another store. We need more stores. Did they drop an update on the upcoming Dreamlight? No, they haven't. They have announced some Twitch drops. So on the weekend, there will be some Twitch drops or some streamers to watch, and then you should be able to earn some free items. So At least they got that going. But it doesn't look like anything official. The only thing we know for official is we know of 3 things coming in the next update. So we know the mannequins, we know the umbrellas, and we know the teapot, the little bonus item that you're going to get. And we also know that it's coming in June, so it's not come this month. So that's the only concrete information we know. And obviously the princess races in the valley, which, you know, can range from being Vanellope to Cinderella to Fairy Godmother. There's a lot of characters it could be. Personally, I think what they're going to do is introduce Vanellope and introduce something online related. Whether it's the ability to chat with people in game, whether it's the ability to send items to people. There has been a rumors for a while that the online component is going to be a very Wreck-It Ralph centric kind of thing. So it would make sense for it to be, you know, tied into Vanellope's introduction. I gotcha. I've been engrossed in the new Zelda. Oh no, I've never really gone to Zelda. No, I think it's one of those games I feel like I'd get way too invested with collecting everything. And let me say, because Joyce, that was the first time you've ever said anything in chat, so I really do appreciate you saying something. It's good to see a new face, or hear from a new face. Well, not hear, read text from a new username. Doesn't really have the same ring to it, does it? But I do hope they introduce something with the Atlantis movie, and they've got hints and themes towards it in the game. I do think that they're really trying to do like a scatter shot at the moment with all the characters of just trying to get as many different kind of characters as possible to hit as many people as possible, and then they're going to start refining it a little bit. So we're in scattershot mode, so that's why you got Lion King out there, and then you got Ariel, and then you got Frozen, and then you've got Pixar. I think they're really scattershotting the characters at the moment. And so Atlantis, it feels like that because it's rather niche. The ones that like it, I think that's going to be a down the line thing. But I do hope they do. At least some items. It doesn't need to be characters. Some items. There's some really cool items from the Atlantis movie. But yeah, I'm very surprised we haven't got more information about the update. It's they haven't really sold us on anything. Normally by now we know what character we're getting. So, do you think they'll be expanding the map? I have this theory that Gaston will be coming in a new area on the map because no other villain came in a realm. And we know Gaston is coming. So why would he get his own realm with Bella and Beast? It's a good theory. Now, obviously, we know about his house. We know about Gaston's house because it's in the splash card. Splash image that you get when you boot up the game. But there's something that doesn't go along with your theory. So in the last quest line or the update that we got, and I made a TikTok about this, you had Merlin explaining what the realms were. So for those that don't know, the realms are, and this is a bit of a spoiler, the realms are basically things that the characters have made up to escape from Dreamlight Valley. So it's not specifically tied in with a hero having that realm. It's basically their escape. The same way that, you know, you've got your room in the Frosted Heights with Olaf. That was a room you created to escape Dreamlight Valley. The same thing happens with the realms. So they could easily just tie Gaston in with the Beauty and the Beast realm because that's his escape from Dreamlight Valley. He hides in there. So even though they haven't done it yet, there is no reason why they... What the hell are you doing, buddy? Alright, he's landed on one of my crops. Good. Weird. There's no reason for them not to do it. Now, I get the logic of no villains have done it, but it also... when you think about it, we haven't had that many villains when you compare it to everything else. So we've got Scar, we've got Ursula, and we've got Mother Gothel. We've only had 3 examples when you compare it to all the other characters. So I don't think we've got enough data, you could say, if we're going to put a science hat on here. We don't have enough data to say only heroes come from the realms. And the lore says in the game of Dreamlight Valley that essentially the realms are their escape. That's where they essentially run to hide when they kind of forgot about Dreamlight Valley. Oh hey, yeah boy, good to see you again. I'm a huge Gaston guy. Can't wait to get him. Yeah, I think he's got. I think he's needed, right? They need. I get a lot of people have some hate with the heroes. I like them. I think some of the best Disney characters are villains. Like Hugs a Lot. Was it Hugs a Lot? One from Toy Story 3. I think Gaston is a really good villain. I do like the real cool interactions and kind of interesting dialogue and quest lines they have with the villains as well. That's probably the most interesting thing in here. So we've got always Merlin being suspicious of Mother Gothel and Ursula. And there was a quest line of like you needed to spy on them and find out what they're doing and so forth. And for the record, Ursula has octopus tentacles. She can walk on land. She's being lazy. I want to say that out loud right now. She can walk on land. He's got legs. I don't know why she's still in the goddamn water. Anyway, that's my rant. Yeah, that and the Scar thing as well. They make a point that, you know, Scar, obviously Scar's alive and he dies in the movie. So this is the same Scar, but like just taken out of time, and he's not one that kind of wants to kill anymore because, well, he did it to retain his power and to rule over things, but he doesn't rule over anything here. He's got no reason to. So they have a different relationship like that. So I really hope they introduce more villains and have those cool interactions. It would be really cool to see Hugs a Lot and talk to Woody and Buzz and some of the others. I mean, I don't think you're going to get the autopilot from Wally. I think that would be a bit complicated to add into the actual game. But when we look at, Stitch got so much potential there of all his brother and sisters coming to that. That would be amazing. It would be cool to change it. If they're not going to introduce those individual characters, it would be good to change his skin to some of them. I think that would be pretty cool. We don't really have a lot of villains. It'd be cool to have some Mickey and Friends come bad guys, like the Beagle Boys would be really cool. Like when I said what I said before, like Scrooge's competitor, that would be cool as well. I would love to see some really niche kind of villainous characters for Mickey and Friends. And you could definitely add in some villains for Toy Story, but right now it's a bit light. So, and it's interesting they introduced Mother Gothel so early into the game as well. Considering how far, considering Tangled hasn't been thrown into the game yet. Alright, I'm gonna sell these pumpkins. You need Gaston. Maleficent will be good. I think she'd be good to be thrown in the game. A part of me really hopes they do throw a villain in at least next time. I mean, I don't see it happening in the next update. I don't think they're going to throw in a villain with the next update. But one of the best characters are villains. I really do hope they go down that route eventually. It does feel like they're in dire need for that. But we'll see, and that's the joys about this game. When you think about it, it really can go in so many different directions as the game evolves and changes and becomes its own unique thing. But to actually go back to the original question there, Heckless, because Joys of ADHD are really gone on a bit of a rant there. Do you think they'll be expanding the map? Now, I did get this question on my news video on YouTube, which I'm actually going to talk about again on Friday. But this game has been set up for things to be easily added and regions to easily add. They don't have, if you look around, it's pretty open space outside the borders. So if we, well, good example of that. Let's go to the beach. I think the beach is the easiest one to kind of show it. If you look here, I mean, they've just got a cut off at the end there. There is no reason they can't just add another region. And either just get rid of all that and just add another region over there, or add some more region over there. But what I think they should do, and I don't think they're going to do it, but this is what I want them to do. I want them to just make the biomes that already exist bigger. Like this area zone here, I would love it to be able to be expanded out here if you chose to. If you chose to. I mean, it should be kind of like your home where you push expand, you make the room bigger. I reckon you should be able to do something like that. I would love to make some of these biomes a lot bigger. Like, this feels, the glade feels a bit small for me. And I think it's because this big massive tree in the middle of it doesn't really help. And some of the lakes are kind of locked in, so you're really limited in the amount of space you can actually use. But I would love the option to just make these regions bigger, if you could. Now, obviously, you got this all blocked off. There's a massive mountain over there. And then when you go over to the frosted joint, you got this over here. And if you look at the map as well, you've got this all blocked off here. So obviously there's a reason why they did put all this up here. So there could be a good argument that Frosted Heights is actually looking to expand up here. And you got this weird donut thing, the rock donut up here, which seems on purpose. So it seems on purpose. So I do think they've got avenues to expand. I think the big thing is probably keeping the game stable at the moment before we see any of that, which I think is a while away. But yeah, I hope they do. I hope instead of adding another zone or region, they just expand on this a little bit, or at least make them a little bit bigger, or give the option to make them bigger, and maybe add another zone out here. I mean, look how much room we've got in terms of the map. You could just add another zone here. It does feel like the plaza, though, is the central point. So maybe an ability to kind of rejig where you could have them. I know that might be a bit messy and too complicated. It does feel like the plaza, though, is like the central point. So maybe the beach out there. I don't know. It would be cool. I'm not sure if I want Gaston's house or like his pub for a villain. Oh, a villain hangout. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I think the problem with building a hangout or any kind of area for them is they never stay in that area. They just walk off and stare into nothingness. Like, so I love if we got an actual desert that's attached to Sunlight Plateau, or if they ever release oh, that would be good. That would be... I mean, they do make a point to make sure the realms, though, are uniquely different. So if you go into any of the realms in the biomes, they are very different from each other. So if they're going to introduce Aladdin, they'll at least have to make the biome a bit different. I mean, Sunlight Plateau is kind of like Lion King. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? That doesn't ultimately matter. Yeah, I can imagine a really good realm for Aladdin. I mean, I'm thinking that now. It's like you can go down the streets of Arabia, or not Arabia. Is that whatever the main place, the city is called? Going down there. Oh, that would be really good. That's a really good call, actually. Aladdin. There's so many great characters that you could get. Oh, it'll be good. I'm just looking forward to seeing what they do. I mean, once they get their baseline down, oh, there's so many great directions they can go into. I think multiplayer is going to change a lot. I think they could do some really interesting. Can you imagine if you could if we did like surfing races? Can you imagine like three of us just like people set up a course and part of a competition is just like you race each other and get power ups and stuff, little things like that. That would be amazing. And they could do like I don't know how they do. I don't know what they'll call it. Whether it's gangs, I was gonna say gangs, but like guilds or clubs or whatever. It feels like clubs because Mickey Mouse Club feels like they're kind of richer, but a way for us to kind of work together towards something. And it could be like a don't donate X amount items of X amount of hardwood, and you unlock a particular item for everyone in the team or in the guild or the club or whatever they call it. Can you imagine how prepared I would be? I would sink in my items for that, just to get all of them. They'll be like, donate 1,000 gold, and I'm like, oh, I already got it. It'd be the quickest challenge ever. I I think what I'm a little bit bummed out of with the like we got the roadmap right, and they told us pretty far in advance that we are getting Lion King, and we knew what to expect. But now we're kind of in the dark of like what's next. I did see an interview recently, I think it was with comicbook.com, that they are still in planning on making it free to play this year. So it looks like that's still on track. So if they're still targeting free to play, I've got a feeling they're going to focus more on getting the game to a stable position rather than adding too much content. So I'm kind of happy. I'm okay with them taking their time with it so they can get to that point. I'm worried what will happen after that point because it's all going to come down to money from that point. Is it making them money? Is it making them profit? And I've got a feeling it's made them a lot of profit at the moment. I mean, everything they're saying is that they're very happy with the success of the game so far. And it's still played quite a lot on Twitch, so. I mean, I'm part of the problem, but. I'm trying to look for any more stumps. There's one. Knew there was another one somewhere. I hope they expand it beyond the storyline with the pillars. Well, they did say that Update 5 will finish the first act of the story. So they have noted that only the first act is what's gone so far. We haven't even finished the first part of the story yet. See if I can find that article. It's a very good article. Let me see here. See if I can find it. It's a really good one. I can't remember the date where it came out. It's just a question where I can, which articles they've come up with a couple of articles on it, and it was a, where is it? I don't want to take too long looking for this, but it's a really good one if I can find it. Hmm. Yeah, I think it was one of the earlier ones. There's two pillars left, so that's got me hyped about the next updates. There's a lot coming with it. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to get. get the one on the beach. I feels like that is the next step. Let me try this one last go at this comic. Oh. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I found it. I found it. Make sure I close down the right windows. All right. So I'll show you this. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I don't want that. Oh. All right, switch over here. All right, so this is where the article says. So this is the article, I think, when the roadmap came out. Yeah, earlier this year. It was at the start of this year. And says, what's the game's initial success been like? We're not surprised by success. We're not expecting so much success. So they've done well with it. So this talks about the roadmap that came out. And it says here, so the game's roadmap for 2023 has really interesting developments, blah, blah, blah. So the plans haven't changed, unlike the full release somewhere in 2023. I would say that the roadmap is more like, let's say, an early 2023 roadmap. We share a lot what's coming in soonish, but there's a lot more planned for this year. Even though we don't have anything to announce specifically, it's on a full free-to-play release now. Oh, so we don't have any... God, get your words right, Dave. And even if we don't have anything announced specifically on the full free-to-play release on this call, it's still the plan somewhere in 2023. And it says here we go. As you know, the main story that is... Oh, as you know, there is a main story that's not fully complete. We will add a big part of that, and there will be a conclusion of Act 1 and Update 5. Now, considering they said things don't change, so it's gonna have a conclusion to Act 1 and Update 5. So we really want to make sure we have a complete game. Which throws me off and makes me think that only Act 1, and then they're going to release the free-to-play. It kind of feels like that, but I don't know. I would say half the updates is comprised of community feedback. The topic about storage for the tree... For the tree what? Each community center... Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's a really good article. I would recommend people to read through it. I mean, things could change. This was back in January, but yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I can see. Do you have a dream character you'd like to bring in? So yes, we're excited to see it continue to grow. As you can see, Belle is featured on the roadmap towards the later half of 2023. So we know we're going to get Belle in the later half of 2023. And they personally want to see Duckwing Duck. I think that's it. Oh, there's multiplayer. There's a mention about multiplayer. Yeah, there's not much that they've already mentioned outside of that, but after just reading it through, because it's really good insight. Some really good insight there. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to play Dreamlight Valley. Instead of reading articles, I find myself reading too much into it now. But anyway, that's what I was saying. At least they're gonna complete like the first act. Yeah. I mean, obviously things changed. That was from January, but there's some good stuff in that article, so I highly suggest it. Alright, so I've cleaned up the valley. Actually, no, I haven't cleaned up the valley entirely. I have to go to the Frosted Heights. But that's why I kind of want them to kind of release something to tell us what's coming with Update 5, because it does feel like... I want to know. I just want to know what to look forward to. Right now, looking forward to mannequins and umbrellas isn't really keeping me hyped. You know? I want the hype. Mannequins. Yeah, the mannequins. Did you see their... Did you even watch my news show, Heckless? I did a whole news thing on it. Umbrellas don't mean a thing. Yeah, it doesn't mean a thing to me, and also they put a disclaimer that you might have to pay for them. So it's like the first feature of Update 5 you post, you kind of hint that you have to pay for it. So it's not really a great look, to be honest. So the umbrellas are cool, but I'm just like, yeah, who really cares, really? I mean, people that are really into umbrellas, I guess. I didn't realize there was a bigger niche market for that, but they've got the research, so... It just feels like they need that one big feature to just get people hyped for it, you know? Look, just like the Lion King update. With Update 4, you know you're going to get Lion King, so the hype was there for a very long time. I think they just need to reveal what it is. They are kind of, with every update though, they're kind of getting bigger and bigger. I don't know, I guess I'm impatient, and we're about halfway. We've got about, what, 2-3 weeks to go before the update releases. And it still doesn't have a lot of hype. And I want to know whether it's worth booking a day off work for it. I mean, I always say I will stream 12 hours, as I have done with the last 3 updates. I do a 12-hour stream. But I'm also only going to do it if it seems worth it. So they need to sell me on it. I'm probably going to do it anyway, but I don't let them know that. Then they'll just get too cocky. Where is it? There we go. And put that there. Cool. Oh, how close am I to that? Oh, getting there. Alright, let's see what's in this furniture palace. What's the bed at Stomach already got? A white armchair. Really? A white armchair. Those things are so rare that when you get something like that, it just hurts. You don't even feel... it doesn't even feel worth it. At least give me something like unique. One white armchair, I mean, come on, man. There's a big problem with the communities for games like this. Animal Crossing really felt that. Like, everyone freaks out about very basic cosmetic shit like umbrellas and mannequins, but then complain there's nothing happening in the game. Exactly. Exactly. And, I mean, that's partly the reason why I do that news segment that I do every week. It's so... I really hate, like, every time Dreamlight Valley release anything, creators blow it out to be the most brilliant, awesome, amazing thing to ever touch the game. And it's like, look, mannequins are cool. It would be cool to just be able to set up the clothing that you don't want to wear and be able to see it and look at it. Yeah, it's cool, but it's not exactly the coolest feature on the planet. 2 pouches in a session, that's interesting. So I do think there needs to be scalability of the excitement on Dreamlight Valley community. You gotta say it what it is. And I think it's cool, but I don't think it's the most brilliantest, wonderful thing in the planet. It's something to talk about, certainly, considering the lack of information we have so far. And I'm more than happy to talk about it. It's just, I don't know. If you're gonna tell me right now that's all I was gonna get, you won't see me streaming 12 hours on it. Alright, let's see if we get lucky at all. just feels mean at this point. It feels like the game's bullying me. God, I hope it's... Yeah. I hope it's not just umbrellas as well. How annoying would that be if it was? Imagine update 6. The big update 6... Oh, sorry, update 5 reveal is just like 50 different variants of the same kind of umbrella. I mean, to be honest, there's some people that love that kind of stuff, and I do not ever want to take that enjoyment from them. So don't get me wrong there. But also at the same time, come on. Come on. I think the reason why they're keeping it secret is, and I'm really being the optimist here, I do think it's going to be a pretty big but single reveal. I don't think there's going to be multiple big reveals. I think there's just going to be one big reveal that I think is going to hype everyone up, and I obviously can't release that because if they release it now, that's the only thing they've got. I think people are going to be a little bit disappointed, but umbrellas are coming out. Protect against the rain. Rain would drown. Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell confirmed. Yes, people would blow that out and go, oh, Rain. All right, what's Rain? Oh, yeah, the new Pixar movie. Oh, Elements is coming out. Rain, umbrellas, Elements. There's going to be the character from the new Pixar movie. Elements is going to be in the game. Element characters confirmed. And there'll be about 40, 50 videos on that. They'll be 40 minutes long. And they won't actually give all the evidence. It'll be real vague stuff. They won't even mention it. It'll be like 15 minutes talking about how excited they are about it. And I get it, and it works, and, you know, people click it, and there's a reason why people do it. It's just, that's probably what's going to happen. God, at this point, I wish they don't put Tinkerbell in. Just out of spite. So many people like just assuming Tinkerbell's gonna be in the game. It's like, come on. Oh, did I not water that one little one there? That's annoying. Yeah, I think I'm a bit bothered about, you know, I don't actually know what's coming up in the game. I don't know which way this is going to go. But I have, you know, so far, they haven't really done anything wrong, except for a couple of bugs. So I'm giving them credit that they know what they're doing. But I think they didn't release a hotfix with this update, which bothered me. I won't be able to... It doesn't sound like they're going to release a hotfix before the next update, which is even worse. It means I'm not going to be able to complete my Buzz quest. So I'm going to not go into it how I feel comfortable going into it, which is quest-free. So it's a bit suspicious that they've kind of not done that. I want an entire fairy area from the Disney fairy movies. That would be cool as fuck. I'm not a... Oh, no, I don't want to plant asparagus. Why would I want to plant freaking asparagus? Anyway, I don't know much about the fairy. I think it'll be cool to have some characters you wouldn't expect, though. I'm definitely on board with that. But so far, you look at all the characters they've put into the game, it's no surprises. Though I did come across someone that didn't know who Scrooge was before they were introduced in the game, and they were like 25, and I was a bit shocked by that one. How do you know what Scrooge is? I also knew someone that didn't know who Pluto was. It was like someone, I was just watching someone stream, and they were like, "Oh, I can't wait that they introduce Pluto," and they're like, "Who's Pluto?" And like, Mickey's dog. It's like, Mickey has a dog? I thought Goofy was a dog. And I'm like, oh god. And that just blew my mind. I'm like, okay, maybe I am a little bit out of the loop, you know? I do wish they had Goofy, Pluto in the game. They even don't need a big house for them. They're just a little kind of like doghouse. That'd be cool. I also hope they'll give you a skin that you can make Woody and Buzz like your height. I don't know. I just find that would be really cool if you just see Woody and Buzz kind of just walking around your height. I kind of like that. Like they were when you went to the realm. I would like that. But they definitely have played it very safe with the characters that were introduced in the game so far. So I really want them to start giving us something different, giving us something, unexpected. I just unlocked Woody and Buzz and I was so disappointed when they're tiny, yeah. Yeah. But I think it's an opportunity for a skin in the future of making them your height. And I can't see them... I mean, they could sell that. I would buy that. I know it seems like a bit of a rip-off, but I would love for them to be like normal size. Alright, so that's done. And I think... Oh, did I not water one? God damn it, Dave. I think cotton's the other one I have to... So it's only cotton... Cotton, canola, and pumpkins I've got left to harvest, and then I'm done. Which is good. I'm definitely getting there. I'm going to do cotton now. I need more cotton seeds. Dave, does Woody's house run like a merry-go-round eventually, or does it stay broken down? You fix that. Do you want me to show you what it ends up looking like, or do you want to be surprised? Because I can go show you. I mean, Goofy apparently is not showing up to work, so I've got time. Oh, I'll move it. I'll show you. So there's three stages as well. So it kind of you get the first initial broken down one, then you kind of fix it up slightly, and then finally you get to this mode here. Actually, I'll probably go into edit like furniture mode. It's probably easier to see it. There you go. So it ends up looking like that. So it's kind of like a cowboy hat. I'm very disappointed this isn't just a full cowboy hat though on the top. It seems like a really missed opportunity to not do that. But yeah. It's all the same all round. It's just the entrance. Yeah, it's very ugly, but you do fix it up and it looks all pretty. So there you go. Alright. No one likes Bonnie anyway. Alright, we'll go back to harvesting. So that's the joys of me, is that you can, anything you're ever curious about, you can just ask me to do. And I kind of like that. I like to be like someone's wiki resource, like live action wiki resource that they can just use. I don't know everything, but I can show you stuff. I was disappointed that Olaf didn't have his own house. I think I got a real gutter for that. It's like, alright, so Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf were just going to stay in the same house. And why isn't Olaf staying with Elsa? It doesn't make any bloody sense. No, more. A little weird to me that Kristoff lives with Anna, but as an entire quest, he doesn't know who the fuck she is. Yeah. Yeah, and every time you walk into their house as well, they're creepily in the corner together. I've got a feeling that Anna's taking advantage of the situation. And there needs to be someone, having a very serious conversation with him. And on top of that, if Anna is doing something dodgy with Kristoff, against his will or not willingly, Olaf has to witness it as well. There's a lot of layers to this as well. Come on, where the fuck is Goofy? Alright, he's bugging out. It's probably because of my... It's because of all this stuff here. So if I just move that here. He should come now, hopefully. There you go. So annoying. It's so annoying that it has that stupid thing. At least I know how to fix it. She don't care about him. Every time I see her, she just cares about chocolate. But it's because she gets what she wants out of Kristoff and the house. Like, her needs are fulfilled and she just moves on. I mean, all power to her, you know, but part of me feels like it's a little bit taking advantage of it. Like, I'm just, it's a Disney game, I know. But it's the same kind of weird stuff that you get in this game, like how Mickey and Minnie are born on the same day, but they're not married, have the same last name. Pretty sure they're Lannisters. Yeah, I mean, if you look it up, they have the same birthday, they're not married, and have the same last name. It's just a little bit suspicious. A little bit suspicious. Give Goofy a break, he needs his rest. I'm sorry, he's not getting his break. He's abandoned his son for his businesses. So if he's done that, he gets no break. If Max comes back, I'll forgive him. And Max is in this game because there is a quest in the last... well, when you're doing the Lion King realm, when you go to Scrooge for the microphone, because you're supposed to like make yourself sound like multiple different lions, Scrooge mentions Max. Of having a sound system that... So Max has been abandoned. Pretty much all the stuff is stuffed down in Scrooge's basement. And he's vanished. But I don't hear Goofy mention anything. At least with Donald, and Daisy, at least he's like named her boat after her. You're right, going to rabbit hole. Oh, this shit. Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. Like, if you really want a rabbit hole, just look up how Donald won an Oscar. That will blow your mind. The Donald Duck has won a real life Oscar before. Go look up why. And you'll be like, oh. I'm not saying it out loud for a very specific reason. Alright, we've got the cotton. There we go. He's at college. I don't know. No one said anything like that, your boy. He hasn't said anything about college. I don't know. It seems like even if your boy was at college, you would mention something about him. You'd be, it would come up in conversation. He's at Monsters University. Yeah, Mike and Sally is connected. They're just partying all the time. He's at Monster University even though he's a weird dog thing. It'd be interesting what they do for Mike and Sully, considering you can already get their apartment as your house. It'd be interesting what they actually use for their actual place. Oh my god. Oh, I think Atlas did go down that rabbit hole after all. Yeah, because there's a lot of strange lore stuff that... I mean, if you read some of the dialogue some of these characters have, they do hint at a lot of that stuff. Like, I think this conversation Mickey has that it mentions how he's not always happy. Because I do think this whole plot of Dreamlight Valley is just a big old metaphor for depression. There's a lot of hints towards it. But there's some really interesting conversations they have. I'll see if... Like, Goofy mentions his relatives. He mentions some by name. Donald just is always angry. I kind of wish you could use more than one skin you put just like the cottage apartment. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Wonder where they harvest their ice.
yeah, I get that. Also found out if your item limit is above, you can't change the skin of the house. So I mean, Mike and Sully's apartment I really do like. We'll just move that a little bit. I think it's time for a skin change, so I'm changing the skin. Yeah, I like Mike and Sully's apartment. I think it's a really cool one. And it really fits that downtown vibe. I think the problem is that there's not a lot of downtown buildings you can really get. I mean, you can get that one, and then you can get Remy's joint, and then the restaurant, and pretty much just Scrooge's shop. So you can't really build a good downtown area. The Palace was good, only because it was the first one, so I'm a bit nostalgic. You need the factory where they work. Yeah. The annoying thing about their choices in terms of their homes, I've lost a little bit faith in them after these two. Because these don't feel like very Toy Story. I get it's the fourth movie and it relates to that, but I really lost a bit of faith in them with these two homes. And I do hope they introduce house skins for actual characters. I think that can be they can redeem themselves a little bit if you can actually change the skin of the actual houses, especially if you can get an option, especially for Ariel's and Ursula's joint, of being able to put them on land. They can just change the skin of it, and you can do it that way. Because they started off good. I mean, Donald's house, that makes sense. Goofy's perfect. Mickey and Minnie's, yeah. They lost a bit of credit, a bit of weight with these two, and you only can put them in water. I would like the option to be put them on land. These are these two kind of fit. Lilo's was another odd one that didn't. Oh, I mean Stitch's joint. I don't know. That one didn't fit for me personally. I think there was a bit of a miss there. And what else have we got? Remy's was an odd one, but I got it, and it kind of fit with his restaurant. Wally's works. I think Wally's is great. I think Anna and Christoph's. Yeah, that works. I think that's about it. Oh no, we'll move over to 3D Disney. Enchanto, spot on. You really can't go wrong with Enchanto. Though the insides look incredibly small for what it is, so I'm assuming they made it that small just so once they start adding more characters from that movie, they can just group it in with here. And Maui's makes sense, I guess. Moana's makes sense as well. So they've had more hits than misses. Oh no, the game's glitched out. So yeah, they've had more hits than misses, so I'm not too bothered by it. But considering the last house we got was Lion King. The one before that was Woody and Buzz. The one before that was Stitch. And the one before that was Scar. But Scar's was technically already in the game. You just couldn't actually access it. So at the moment, in terms of what the new housing they've introduced in the game, they're about 50-50 on their strike rate. For me personally. So we'll see how they go. And that feedback comes back to them as well. They know. They know people weren't too happy with it. And they just need to give it time. And that's what's good about. I think that's why I have a bit of faith in Game Locked. It's they really take the feedback from the community seriously, and they don't take advantage of that fact. I just wish there was a little bit more. What's the right word? More kind of heads up on what's coming up. That would be good. Yeah, they definitely allow playing. They're definitely low playing the early access. It's been 9 months or so since the game came out. It's been September, I believe it is. What the hell? Oh yeah, because I put that there. Never mind. Oh, slow playing. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're doing early access the way it should be done, and I have to respect them for that, because so many games go early access and then just stop developing it. They had a plan. They're like, this is early access. This is, we're going to fully develop the game before we're free to play it. We're going to release it and change it as we go. They're using early access probably the right way. And I prefer for them to release the game a year ahead of when they're planning on releasing the game and make improvements as they go. Oh no, I made a tragic mistake. There you go. And make improvements as they go. I mean, look at the companion housing. That wasn't part of the original plan, and that came in due to player feedback. So I think it's pretty good for early access. I think it's more of a question now is what next, and if they are intending to support this game for 2 to 3 years, give us a good idea what's going to help sustain that. Like the buzz glitch and stuff. Yeah, code. I reckon I think they've already fixed it. They've already fixed the code for that. The problem with having so many games on different platforms is that whenever you release a patch, it has to go through whatever all the platforms and get certification, like one from Sony if you want to do PS5, and then Microsoft for Xbox and Steam for PS, and then Nintendo for Switch. So you have to go through every one of those processes and get signed off for every single one, and you have to pay for it. So I've got a feeling they've already fixed it, and I think there was a delay with something else with the patch, and now they've just grouped it with the next update because it's just too expensive to release the hotfix. And they've just done Disney Speedstorm as well, so they've been having to push more updates for Disney Speedstorm. I reckon it's a cost thing. Just the long and the short of it, I think it's just a money thing, and they just didn't want to. They either missed a deadline or didn't want to pay so much money to do it, so they're just going to group it in with the next update. That's my theory anyway. I could be completely wrong. They could release a hotfix tomorrow. So. Oh, shut up, you. You are the worst. I don't love your style. See, I'm not even going to talk to her. I've got this weird hatred for Minnie, and I don't know why. I love someone else hates Minnie. I don't know why it started. It's just, I think I'm still bitter about the clay thing. And a lot of people was like, it's not a big deal. You weren't here in September where those bones weren't spawning because, well, the bones did spawn. You couldn't dig them up because the shovel hadn't been upgraded yet. So we had to get clay the hard way on just digging forever. There wasn't any Christoph shop giving you clay. You had to dig for it. And some people didn't know about the companion thing that, they give you a bonus item until later. And some people went through a lot of strife doing it without a companion. And maybe that's Minnie's fault. Maybe it's not, but it feels like it's her fault. Anyway, hypothetically. It's all hypothetical, right? And then there's a whole quest line. You have to go around and people talking how great Minnie is. And then she's like doing the secret research to make sure she just doesn't disappear again, but she decides just not to tell me this information. Minnie can go to hell. And I'm pretty sure Mickey's her brother. End of story. I mean, she only did that well after the fact. She did that well after the fact. She only did that because we complained enough on the forums. Gameloft only added that in after us complaining about it. would have never happened if we didn't say anything. You don't get credit for someone telling you to apologize. Should have apologized without being prompted. I am way too bothered about this. It's become a thing now. It's like I can't not hate her because that's now a branding thing. It's part of my brand now. I hate Minnie. Dude, I feel like this is the most secret because they literally look identical. How do we not know? Well, I don't know. But it seems a bit odd also that Mickey's sister hasn't got the same last name as Minnie. So that's a weird one as well. Mickey has a sister, by the way. I broke Hercules. I need to get one or just one seed for this. Well, I'm nearly finished my canola, so I guess that's something. But yeah, Mickey has a sister. It doesn't have the same last name. Yes, exactly. Now, to be fair, I think she married into that name. And you know the thing that a lot of people don't realize as well. You know how there's Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they're Donald Duck's nephews. Daisy Duck has some nieces called I think June, Autumn, and May. How weird is that? And oh hey Skamom, how are you? How are you doing? I'm gonna feed some rabbits. I've decided to feed some rabbits. And Mickey has twin nephews, and Minnie has twin nieces as well. You're doing fine. Nice. Good to hear. You are my favorite lurker. I shouldn't really say that because there's gonna be other lurkers eventually, and they're gonna feel real bad. I like all my lurkers, but you're the original. Huey, Dewey, yeah, they do. I want to make a Duckburg. I really want to make a Duckburg with like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Scrooge McDuck, Launchpad, Duckwing Duck, just all the ducks. That'd be amazing. No, thank you. No worries. Come on. Because because there's Duckburg, and that's where like Donald Duck and all that live. And then I found out the other day that there is a mouse equivalent town. Where does he live? Yeah, Mickey typically lives in Mouseton. So there's Duckburg and Mouseton. Mouseton. So I'd love to be able to like make this a Duckburg and up there a Mousetown. Fuck that Tenmu. No, the triplets are way more interesting. Yeah, they are. And I think what this game is missing is those niche characters. Because I think if you start throwing in these niche characters into the game, like even Max, it's gonna draw people into the game. They're like, oh, okay, you can get these characters. That's really cool. It's not the generic ones like Huey, Dewey, and not Huey, Dewey. I actually want them in the game. Like the Frozen characters and all that. If you start throwing in some like unique ones, I don't know. I think it will make the game stand out a little bit better. Because if you look at right now, like you name one of the characters you wouldn't expect to be in the game. You could say maybe the Pixar characters, maybe Mother Gothel. But they are pretty safe bets. The characters they've introduced so far. Pretty safe bets. Merlin was shocking, but then when you start to think about it, you name another character that kind of fits the need of having some wise kind of wizard that kind of knows about the magic side of it and everything like that. It's, I mean, the only one that you could really do is maybe Mickey, but that would just not seem that interesting. I think Merlin was thrown in as a necessity rather than anything else. And it's probably easier and safer just to be go, all right, we need a wise old character to kind of guide the player. What character do we have on the list? And Merlin's probably just there as a good safety. All right, let's find some crocodiles, eh? Yay. There you go. Now, Squid Dave. I always muck him up. I'll be very interesting because I mean, obviously they've got a lot of spaces for realms. I'm going to be super interested to see what kind of characters they're going to be introducing going forward, and what they're going to do when you get too many characters in your valley. I've got this thing that you, and I'll talk more about it on Friday when I go for my news show because I got a comment that helps me dive into this topic. But what I really hope you can eventually do is, if you've got too many characters or there's a character you don't want in the valley, you can nominate them to live in your house in one of the rooms. And then their outdoor house kind of vanishes and they just stay in the room that you nominate. So you can deck their room out the way you want it to still kind of build that out. But it's a good way of keeping them in the valley but getting rid of their house. Hope you can do something like that. And that way, if they're, if you ever still need to talk to them for a quest or something, they're still available. And yeah, that's just a thought. All right, go Steve's. I've realized after streaming for a while and stressing how much to mute the mic when I sneeze, why stream decks are so crucial. Just so I can mute the mic so I don't sneeze in it. It's pretty much the only reason I want a Steam Deck. Alright, where's the other... You have legs, Ursula. You have legs. Like, you can see them. You know what would be good skin, though? The human version of Ursula. I think that would be cool. Oh, here's a question. Alright. What's the question? I'm liking your questions tonight there, Heckless. Some good discussion points. Especially how I'm just kind of grinding through. There's not much to talk about. Do you think they'll add Nemo characters? If so, how could they do it? Oh. They could. And obviously there are some land creatures in Finding Nemo. I think they'll do it the same way they do with Woody and Buzz, but just keep them in the water. And like the same with like how Ursula, she kind of like swims away. They'll probably just do something similar to that, but just Woody and Buzz size. It won't be that interesting though. I think that'll be the disappointing thing. Yeah. Or what you could do, you could get a skin for them and they actually go into the bags. You know how the tank gang escapes and they're in the bags? You could put one of them in there and they just roll around the village. That would be funny. I would like to see that. Yeah. Yeah, I would buy that immediately as well. That would be great. I mean, the questions would be how they are still alive, but to be honest, I would love that. I would love to just walk by and you just see this like plastic bag just rolling. Oh, that would be amazing. I'm more interested to see whether they're going to start tying in the new Disney releases into this game. Like you've got Elemental coming out later this year. Those Elemental characters would fit really well in this kind of world. So I'm super curious to see whether they are planning to integrate them. It'd be a good cross promotional kind of opportunity. Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. I hope they don't sell out and do Marvel. Well, technically not selling it out because they're in the brand, but I get what you're saying there. Like I love some Star Wars, but Star Wars, yeah, I think that there's literally no reason other than desperation to go down the Marvel or Star Wars route. They could even make an entire new game with just Marvel and Star Wars kind of concepts. Like keep them out of this, but I do think they might go down that route if they get desperate. Like one of the last releases. Guess how many memories I got from digging 1,278 plots. Ooh. Bet you counted all of them is impressive. I don't know how you counted all of them. How many do I normally get? Did you wait, here's the question. Did you use the potion or not? That actually does matter. Because if you use the digging potion, your chances of getting memories are higher. No, I forgot. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use my brain here. I don't use it very often, but it's important. Alright, I'm going to use a calculator quick. $72. Wait. 72 memory pieces. So, I don't know how many full memories you would have got. You got one. When I use the potions, I get heaps. So I was basing this off the potions and then kind of cutting it back by half, but only one. Damn. Damn, that sucks. Remind me never to dig without a potion. I mean, to be honest, I've only got like three digging ones left to go anyway, so. But yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, that feels like a bit of a waste of a time. Were you digging for just memories, or were you digging for, something? What was your purpose? To go. Where are you, Woody? Oh no, I logged out, didn't I? Damn it. I need a buddy. Goddamn. I always need goddamn watering. Where's the one I miss? Oh, just goddamn memory. I think once. Just memories. Ah, damn. Well, yeah. I would say if I was going to go memory hunting, I would always use the potions. I would not waste my time on that. At least you got to set up like put something on your mouse and so it digs automatically. If you're doing that, that's fine. And it doesn't really matter because you're not wasting too much time. But personally, I would not do that. I don't like his pants. I never can find pants that really like suit me. Cause it's like just skinny jeans or some crap. I think it's because my legs are a lot better in real life than in this game. Nothing really seems to fit. Uh, no. Where should I go? Uh, we'll go then. All right, we'll go there. You planted. Oh, at least yeah. There you go. You made. At least you made something out of it. Hi. Did anyone remember back in the day where Eric gave you plans and everyone thought that was going to be a thing that you would just keep on getting blueprints from his house all the time? I remember those early days. And then he only ends up giving you like 6 and then that's it. That was some good times. Kind of wish they would still do that because that was part of my daily routine of like logging in, checking out Eric's place. They served the gays with how hot they. Yeah. Well, I mean, they are trying to, as I said, they're doing this category kind of shotgun kind of method, just try and hit every demographic. So there you go. That serves you there, Heckless. I can't say what they served me. I don't know. Let's not go down that route. Then I was hoping for rain and to get one drop. Oh damn! It is like such a relief sometimes when you're planting heaps of stuff and it rains. It's that you just feel lucky. I made Eric my neighbor in the plaza. There's no water, no area for him. Right now it feels like you're pressuring into Eric into something that you're objectifying Eric and you're forcing him into a situation that I don't think he's got much choice on. I'm disapproving on how you're treating Eric right now, Heckless. But to be fair, they're never together anyway. Like, you never see Ariel and Eric hanging out or even just close to just hanging out. He likes eggplants and cucumbers, he likes it. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he did. Okay. Let's just all accept that Prince Eric got with Ariel as a cover. Because, I mean, she was a fish, and I don't think her part probably, I don't know. Anyway, let's just get Dreamlight. This is going down a path I probably shouldn't go down. Alright, I'm going to make at least one new chest today. This is my thinking about crazy theory of the day. It was all a cover. Alright, what do I want to do? Come on, Goofy. Hey there, how there? And so on this. There we go. And we'll cook one meal. We'll go for souffle. Stop it. Stop what? You can cook. Oh, yeah, you can. You can even build campfires. I remember when you couldn't, and then what I did was just steal all the campfires. And I think you can now, you could build them. You didn't used to be able to. See, like there, you can build a campfire. And it works just like a normal stove. They didn't used to be able to do that. You learn so much. You're learning so much from me, Heckless, eh? This entire time I've been going to Remy's. The same as, yeah. I remember when you could cook on campfires, but you couldn't make them. So I gathered all the campfires and just spread them out to all the biomes. But then, ever since they introduced the campfires, you could build them. That's why every one of my biomes have got a campfire. So if I go over, we'll go over here because why not? I need to dump some seeds away anyway. It's got a campfire. See, every single one of my biomes has a campfire. Which is weird you haven't noticed me cooking on campfires before, because it's the only thing I cook on. Oh, except for one area. There's only one area that I don't do that in. And that's... where I cook on that. And that's Scar's level 10 quest. Which they did, used to, you could cook on it and it didn't cost coal, but then they changed it. Anyway, so we're going to make another chest and I'm open to colors. So first one to say it, it could be a yellow, blue, green, or red one. Pick your color. I have bad HD. I'm over here typing a bunch of things and get distracted to the whole and type a whole new thing, but Tinkle was fine. Yeah, it's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yellow. All right. Come on. We're going to do a yellow one. I haven't had a yellow request yet. All right. And you can tell me which biome you want me to put it in as well while I make it. Yeah, I've got ADHD too. That's probably why I can stream and play the game at the same time. Which biome did you want me to put into Skamom? If you don't care, you can just say I don't care. And I'll just put it to the closest one. There we go. That. No. Sunlit. Alright, we'll go to Sunlit. Good choice as well. I don't think I've actually got any yellow ones there. Yep, there you go. I don't have any yellow ones there. That would be my first yellow one is Sunlit. There you go. Alright, so let's get this down. Very good choice. And we'll, ironically, we're moving the yellow flowers into the yellow box. There we go, done. And that's another one upgraded. First yellow one there. Oh, it's gonna look so good once they're all done. Even the blue ones like starting to look really good. Dave, what's a quick way to get Dreamlight for these chests? Just grinding out random tests. Yes, I would highly recommend though. So there's 3 ways you can really get Dreamlight, right? First one is you can actually construct Dreamlight. So you can use your Dream Shards, you can get Dreamlight, bang. Now it doesn't give you a lot, so if I used all my 420 shards right now, I'd only get 10,000, I only can make 2 chests. So it's not exactly the best. The next option is to do not the Dreamlight duties, but more of these ones here. They'll give you a lot of Dreamlight. I think they give you, some of them give you like 500, and there are steps for it. So I would say go through some of these and just grind some of these out, because it's a lot faster and probably a lot less tedious than just the Dreamlight duties. And just really smash it out. I mean, some of them are real easy as well. I would say the gardening ones are pretty easy, like you just buy seeds or plant vegetables. Fishing is pretty easy as well. Cooking is another one. But other than that, Dreamlight duties is the other one. You can kind of set it up to really smash out the Dreamlight duties really quickly. So what's a good one? So yeah, we'll go here. The fastest growing crop that you can do, I think it's wheat. Wheat is the fastest growing crop, but I don't think it counts as a vegetable. It counts to plant it, I think. I'm going to check this actually. Oh. So we've got 5. So you can kind of set up a little zone like this. You can just plant 5. Just quickly dig 5 holes. And then just plant 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there you go. Plant 5 vegetables. Now the reason why it popped up after 3 is because every time you harvest a wheat, it gives you 3. So I think 3, 2. No, it would have given you 2. So you harvest 1 wheat, it gives you 2 wheat. And then that gives you 4, and then the third one will give you 6. So that's why it pops up. But this has a really fast growth rate anyway. So you can just harvest that. I don't think it counts as, like, I think wheat is weird. It doesn't count as a vegetable to harvest, but it counts one to plant it. And you can plant that close to maybe one of these things, and you can fish for it. It's pretty much the easiest way to do it. I've reached a point where I've grinded so much out, I'm kind of not stressed about smashing it all out. I'm just kind of just doing my normal thing, and eventually when I get close to 5,000, see, it's done already. I'm just gonna smash it out. See, this is the annoying thing. I've harvested them out. They don't count as harvesting a vegetable. They count as planting one. They don't count as harvesting one. It makes no bloody sense. So I think that the quickest one would be... I mean, I've got so many vegetables anyway, I could just harvest them, but... what would be the fastest? Probably carrot outside of... Oh, lettuce. It must be lettuce. Lettuce would be the fastest one. And then you just sell it. So you could set up something like a little kind of... I think probably Senpai does a really good video on it. You can set up a little kind of area where you've got your crops there. You've got Goofy's store there to sell stuff. You're close to a mining node. You're close to where the fishes are, and you could just go on a bit of rotation. There you go. So it looks like wheat doesn't count as a vegetable. So probably lettuce is your best one to use. So you can plant, harvest, and... So I've got my... Actually, I've got my lettuce... Where have I got my lettuce up here? Yeah, I got my lettuce there, so I could technically just harvest that. I don't want to, because I can't be really bothered. But yeah, you could make a little spot for that. You probably want to do it in the glade, though, so you can get the mushrooms. So you want to set up an area where you're close to the mining nodes, close to the lake, and then pick up the mushrooms. And then you can just do catch fish, harvest, all that stuff. And get into a bit of a rotation or rhythm with it. I'm going to try to get Simba and Nala now. I'm 3k off and it feels like it's taking forever. I would say check some of these to see if you're close to them, because it's going to speed things up. Or if you get desperate, just sell Dreamlight, the shards, and just make them into Dreamlight. There's always that option. Oh, good damn it. Alright, just dump some stuff a little bit. Soon be gone. Oh, God damn it. Yeah. There you go. I remember when the game came out, there was this warning about not using shards for Dreamlight because they're deficit and so forth. Yes. So, the problem was you either couldn't get dream shards by digging, or the ratio of you digging for shards for it to come up Dreamlight, it was very, very low. You would only get the night shards. So what was happening is that people were getting into a situation where they couldn't continue with the quests because you needed dream shards, and they fixed that. I think they fixed it by actually they just changed the ratio that the digging kind of comes up. I never had that problem. I didn't even know about the bug, but I never had that problem because I was more about just getting the quest done first instead of using the dream shards on anything else. So I was lucky because I'm a crazy person. But it was very annoying. Well, if you had one crit and got me nice. I've worked out the ratio with critters. Well, for me anyway, I get about 1 to 2 memories every day now with critters by just feeding them. To be fair, I've got like 52 pieces left to go. So I've got quite a lot to still collect, so the ratio is probably really good right now, but that's the vibe I'm on right now, is just feeding them. I'm getting closer. Oh. Magic? Oh, rosemary. Never mind. Normally it says magic. Well, he obviously doesn't want to turn it up if he keeps saying it. Cool, I'm way behind you. I mean, I've got 80 memories. And I know Emily Dream has got a lot more than I do. Yeah, critters give you memories. So you can go into the memories here, and you can hover over which ones do it. And yeah, a lot of the ones the digging, fishing. A lot of them, there's a lot of ones that do critters. Like that's a critter one. 72 out of 133. So yeah, so you're only 8 behind. Oh, behind me. I think Emily Dream has like nearly 90. I think she's got over 90 now. I'm actually really annoyed with her because she's doing way too well. I mean, good for her, but still, I want her to beat it. I mean, there's still. I mean, that's gives us something to do. That's the way I see it. It gives us something to do and fills the little void there. And eventually, they're going to add more stuff in the game, and then it's going to be a lot of stuff, and we're just never going to have time for look for memories. So that's the way I kind of see it. I just need one more harvesting memory, though. That's the worst. When you just need one more. I mean, the chance of it's going to be the memory I need just is so low. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Fast mode, Dave. Come on. There you go. I've done all my fabric now, so all I have to do is just get a chest full of cotton, and then I'm done with me cotton. So this is the life. Just putting something on your mouse and just letting it do the magic for you. Dave, what are you going to do after you fill up all your chests? Make more chests? Well, no. Once I fill up all the chests, the new update will probably come out. There's no way I'll fill up all my chests before new content is released. No way. There's no way I'll ever achieve that. So there'll always be something to do. The only thing that would change is if what specifically I'm doing to fill the chests up. I'll probably be doing a lot of fishing in my future, which is not going to be too exciting. There we go. But I'm just looking forward to the next update because every update they've changed something. So I'm sure I'll come up with another project when the next update. Because I mean that's where the color chest came in with the last update, and the update before that it caused me to upgrade all my chests. There's always going to be another project. But it would be very satisfying if I can fill up a lot of them. Man, these chests I've got to be really goddamn stinky though. Alright, let's go on. I've only got 5 minutes left to go on the stream, by the way. Because I need to go to bed so I can get up in 7 hours time and do this all again. Yeah, yeah. Nasty fish smell, yeah. Oh, look at all those blue chests though. Oh, I don't know why that just looks so good. Oh, it's gonna look amazing once I get them all done.
I'm surrounded by fools.
Well, thanks all everyone for stopping by today. It's been really busy. I like it. And I got one new follow, which is rare for me. Very happy. It's been a very good day. What would you do if they dropped even more colors for just next? Oh god, don't know. They won't. They wouldn't do that to me. But if they do, I don't see myself changing anything because I've kind of got for every item, it's got assigned a different color for everything, so there's no need for me to change anything. I mean, the only difference I can see is maybe my gems. I use white and then whatever additional color, like for the holiday items, I use a different chest color. That's the only thing I can really think that'll change. But I'm certain they'll introduce something in the game, and just like the chess, so it won't be something they announce ahead of time. That will just completely change how I play the game, which is partly why I'm a little bit excited by it, because every patch has done that. Like the potions was a big one that that started changing how I was grinding for items and so forth. Welcome back, Skamom. Just in time for me to finish things up today. Skamon, you watch a lot of other streamers, and I know that. Do you have any recommendations for the Twitch drops? Looking through the list, there's no one really there that I'm too familiar with or have any experience watching. But I know you're pretty. You got your head around that kind of stuff. So just curious. Dr. Gulon is really good. I used to know him back before he was a big name. Me and one of my other Twitch friends were good friends with him back in the day. He's a good dude. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You both had said the same thing. Oh, no, you didn't. Did you? Or are those two different people? Seems like those names are similar. Wait, I've got the list here. Hold up. Oh, no, there's two different people. There's Dr. Gulon and then the GNU. Alright, I missed a lot of the stream. Get ready for work. What you working on, Dave? I'm working on nothing really. I've kind of done everything for the day. I'm about to finish the stream in 1 minute time, so I can do this all again in 7 hours time. Yeah, there's two of them. There's Doctor Gulon, which is what Heckler said, and there's another one that is just GNU with no doctor at the start. So Heckler, you said you knew Doctor Gulon back in the day. Was that kind of like you would know me, right? You just go to his stream for a bit and then you just stop going, and then he ended up just keep going. Big. I'm assuming that's kind of what you're kind of hinting at. Because if you're still friends with him, like, hook us up, man. With this. Because let me know when he's actually live. My friend knowing me, she actually played a game. Oh, okay. It's kind of sad that you didn't stay friends with them for that time. That's what I kind of worry about. I mean, some people come to my stream because they like small streamers, and that, you know, the goal for any streamer is to get big. But obviously, that crew, the ones that you know, that grabbed onto you in early days, don't want to be part of that anymore because you're too big. It makes it a little bit sad, you know. Like, in order to get what you achieve, you kind of have to lose something that got you there. But sad and poetic in a weird way. Anyway, so we're going to leave that there. There's a little bit of an extra longer stream today, so I think I went for a couple of extra minutes there. But thanks all for popping along. I will be on in 7 hours time to do this all again, as we normally do. Thanks, Theresa, even though you're just popping around. You're always around, and I do appreciate that. Thanks, Skimom, as always. Thanks, Heckless. Thanks, Jay, for the follow today. I usually don't get a follow, so I really appreciate follow. Thanks, Supergirl, earlier, and I don't know why you keep on telling me to go to your hometown. I feel like that's going to be a trap. And thanks, your boy, for popping along again after coming to the raid the other day. So yeah, I'll be back on. I have released another YouTube short and TikTok about 30 minutes ago, so check that out if you're bored. And I'm thinking about doing some more Dreamlight videos, some special Dreamlight videos that I don't do on stream and kind of do a bit constructed. So if you got any ideas, pop into the Discord and let me know, because I'm thinking about doing it. You're welcome. Thanks for the stream. If you stream later, I will see you then. Yes, I'll be back on, because at the moment it's 11:30 for me PM. I'll be back on at 6:30 AM, so that's around about 7 hours. So until next time, everybody.